Yeah. We back, baby.
Yeah,
What is going on? It's your boy Joe Castro. Episode 6. We on episode 6 now of
indeed.
Breaking Philly. Breaking Philly, we back. How you doing, Shy? How you doing?
I'm feeling good, brother. How about yourself?
I can't call it, man. Another day, another dollar, another beautiful day above the ground. So I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready for this season. I was just saying it offline, man. It feels like it's so far away, but it's so close. Only like what another month and a half ish we have until the actual season starts. So I think 2 months actually exactly. So it is what it is. I was trying to make it shorter for myself, but we got a lot to talk about. How are you, first of all, managing your off season? What do normal people do during off season of football? Because I'm like trying to figure out what to do with my hands, and I have no idea what to do with my off time. What are you doing to keep yourself busy this off season so far?
Football conspiracy. He's just like,
Yeah,
what's going to
there you
happen? How
go.
this going to work? How it's going to look against every other team? How the team's going to look? Do this. The offseason is dry, so you see a lot of people going out and making stories like clickbait and stuff.
Exactly.
I don't normally try to do, but I try to find the stories within the actual story that actually makes sense. Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you up front, sometimes you got to sit back and wait. But I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the season to start just like you are. I can't wait for training camp to start so that way we get a little bit of action and see what the team's finna look like. So 2 more weeks into that, but then two months until to the regular season. So I just sit back and
Yeah.
wait.
It feels like we've went through so much already this offseason, like between the drama and between, the pickups, the additions, the draft and everything like that. But I don't know if this is the final team we're going to head into the actual season with. So we'll find out, right? We'll see what happens. Like you said, we got about 2 more weeks until actual training camp starts. But today is about Hurts. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that today is going to be one of those days, one of those shows where we kind of lock in on a subject and probably talk about it for a bit today. Maybe not the whole show, but we're definitely going to be talking about it for a bit. I want to start with a list you sent me, and obviously I saw it on Twitter and everything from John Clark. The top quarterbacks, and Jalen Hurts was ranked at number 17.
Yeah.
Now, I already see some people talking about it in the comments saying that it's crazy. I am not even surprised. To give full context, I responded to you like I'm not even surprised at this point. The levels people have gone to discredit what Jalen Hurts has done and what he could do in the future with what we have is it's just funny at this point, right? Like you said, this offseason, you try to find the stories within the stories while some people try to clickbait. I feel like this is clickbait. I feel like this is clickbait. I don't know. You got guys like, I like Jaden Daniels, but you got guys like Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold above Jalen Hurts. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't even really love a Drake May or a Justin Herbert above him. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I don't even know what the sense behind it is. Maybe it's just like how they look. Maybe it's just like strictly on numbers. Maybe it's just stats. I have no idea. What were your first thoughts when you saw that? And how are you trying to justify it at all in your mind?
This list is ass. There's
It
no
is.
ifs, ands, or but about it. Like there's some people on this list that can make a case for being on there, and I won't take that from them. But some of them don't even belong there. So we can like break everything down. Like Josh Allen. Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen deserve to be in the top 10. I'll give Josh Allen the top 10. Hasn't won a big game. Lives in the second round of the playoffs, but he is a good quarterback. He does put up numbers rushing and throwing. So you got to put him in there. He's one of the
Mhm.
he's top five in the AFC. And then they give you Patrick Mahomes. As much as I don't like the Kansas City Chiefs, I the same way I didn't like Tom Brady and the Patriots. I gotta respect Patrick Mahomes. He's done a
Yeah.
lot with less. His wide receivers aren't elite, and they're kind of on like a rotating carousel every year. wide receiver in, wide receiver out, so he gets a new supporting cast every year. Kind of like Jalen Hurts with our offensive coordinator. So, got to give it to Patrick Mahomes. Matthew Stafford, another guy who I don't dislike him. I don't dislike Matthew Stafford, but every time he plays us, he gives us hell. So he's
Yeah,
consistent. He's not gonna run it, but he's gonna gunsling every single time. So and the numbers prove it. He was last year he was the league's MVP. Got to give it to Matthew Stafford. Have no problem with that there. Then this is where it start to piss me off a little bit. Then you got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow did absolutely nothing last year. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. The line is terrible, but it's like they're giving him accolades for, they're giving him praise for what he's done in the past. This is a what
hmm
have you done for me lately type league, and he's done nothing. He's done nothing. People were talking about at the end of the season he kind of came on and was putting up numbers, but the season was already done. The season was already done. You to be on this list. I think you got to put on from the beginning of the season and win, and then see how it rolls out to the end. And Joe Burrow didn't do that. Lamar
yeah,
Jackson didn't play the full season. He was hurt most of the season. You can't really put him on there. And even when he does, he's inconsistent. And once again, he's just like Josh Allen. He lives in the second round of the playoffs. Now, this is an
exactly.
overall list based off his body of work. I'll put him in there. But if you're going off of last season, which I think they are, you can't put Lamar Jackson in this list. Didn't even play 75% of the season. It's just like they're putting people on a list based off the things that they've done in the past, and that ain't right to me. Then
Yeah,
we got
no.
then we got Dak
Joe
Prescott.
Burrows, just to quickly insert, I was like, Joe
Yeah,
Burrows has lived off that one playoff run
yeah.
his entire career. It is insane. And don't get me wrong, he's because that's kind of where we get to. It's like, are we talking about, are you guys talking, and we said you are nice guys, but you're also cheerleaders. You give me a reason why Jalen Hurts should be at number 17 and we could have a conversation. But at the end of the day, are we talking about just guys that are on teams that have to throw the ball it comes down to decision making. It comes down to things that don't necessarily come into the box score. And I think that Jalen Hurts passes most, if not all, of these guys when you're talking about that. You look at Josh Allen in that playoff game. He lost that game for them. I can't think of a playoff game that Jalen Hurts has lost for us. I can't really think of a game outside of maybe one or two that he's lost for us, like himself has lost for us. But I just wanted to throw that in there. Go right ahead.
You're
I'm
right.
sorry.
You're right. You're right. You're right. If you don't like him, just say you don't like him. If Cats don't like him,
Exactly.
yo, we don't like him. Don't discredit what the man has done.
Exactly.
Where was that? Dak Prescott.
Yeah, sorry.
No, no. Shows up, fizzles out every single year. Absolutely not. You can't. You can say can't do it based off last year. You can't do it based off his career because he don't show up. He'll start
Yeah.
out good. He's fool's gold. He always starts out well and then he fizzles out. So Dak Prescott, absolutely not on the list. Justin Herbert pisses me off. I don't understand. Maybe you can tell me what's the hype about Justin Herbert? He's an average quarterback. Is it the fact that he's in the AFC? Is
It's
it? Is
it's
it
what he came out as. It's the same thing with Trevor Lawrence, maybe a little bit different for Justin Herbert, just because I feel like people really want him to be. I don't know why they really want him to be that guy. He has an arm. Don't get me wrong. He has insane arm talent. He can put the ball almost anywhere on the field. But is that really what I mean? Like realistically, we're not playing in shorts. We're not playing in a backyard. It comes down to people that make winning plays, and he does not make winning plays.
he doesn't.
That's straight up. He just does not make winning plays. And people love to bring up, the number stats. Oh well, he might have lost that game, but he put up 400 yards. Yeah, if you're down by 3 touchdowns, you're probably going to put up a lot of numbers. You're probably going to have to throw that
You had
ball a
to.
lot, right? So I mean, it is what it is. I feel like people blame Jalen Hurts for playing the cards he was dealt instead of like throwing out the deck and saying, "No, give me harder, cards. I don't want to play this game. I want to play a harder game." It's just stupid. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I think it's stupid. I like Dak Prescott, like in a sense of as a football player. Like I do think he's a good player. But like you said, if we're realistically looking at his body of work, and if you even look at last year, yeah, he put up a bunch of numbers on a team that had their offense literally on the field 90% of the time. That defense was absolute trash. Like you say, ass. It was straight ass. Like it was terrible. It was terrible. So yes, when you bring up these guys that have terrible defenses, that have offenses that literally rely on them to throw the ball 45, 50 times a game sometimes, yes, okay, they're going to have higher numbers. Does that equate to winning? That,
No.
that that's So if your style of play is not equating to winning, it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't make you a better player, in my opinion. That just you're a stat stuffer. Russell Westbrook isn't a better player than what's his name, LeBron James or Michael Jordan, but he had those triple doubles, right? He had those
Yeah.
years where he was averaging triple doubles. That doesn't make him better just because he can stat stuff. So it frustrates the hell out of me. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna
I
be
think
honest.
with Justin Herbert, you know how they find one guy and they try to just push him to be the guy.
Exactly.
That's who he is. Like old buddy, Alabama. Alabama went to the Mac Jones. They were
Oh,
pushing Mac
Mac Jones.
Jones so hard, and Mac Jones wasn't that guy. Mac Jones might be the guy now. He played well with the Niners, but Mac Jones wasn't that guy. Just like he's the guy we picked. He's the guy that's going to be. So we're going to keep pushing him. Like Justin Herbert's
Exactly.
middle of the pack quarterback. If they talk about Jalen Hurts like that, you got to talk about Justin Herbert in that same light. But Jalen Hurts wins. Point blank. Period.
Yeah, I shout out to Steven. He's just talking out his rear end. Hey, he's over here. Top four rushing quarter. I bet you he's a Patriots fan. Top four rushing quarterbacks: Allen, Herbert, Dart, and May. And that's my thing. Everybody talks about how Jalen Hurts needs to run the ball. He needs to do this. All he needs to do is continue to win. That's what he does. He leads an offense with a bunch of stars on that, and that's not easy to do. People think that that's like once you put a bunch of great players together, they're obviously going to win. That's not how it happens. We've seen it before. Eagles have seen it before. Eagles fans have seen it before when we had the whole dream team thing. It doesn't matter who you have. If you don't have that was terrible. Yeah, but if you don't have a cohesive unit, it is what it is. You're not going to get the success you're looking for. So, yeah, I don't see any of these guys above them. And you left off at Drake May, I believe, was the next person.
Drake May had a weak ass schedule. Made it to Super Bowl and
Very
played so
weak.
far. That's all I gotta say.
Very weak.
He was the top. He was bottom 5% in the league for schedules last year. Enough said.
And you look at Drake May. Drake May was not only, you said subpar. I would go even as far as saying he was the second worst quarterback in Super Bowl history. That's not subpar. That's goddamn. That's like, what were you doing, dog? What the heck were you doing? I have no idea who was first. I have no idea. I'll look it up. Here, I'll look it up. You can keep going.
Jared
I'll
Goff.
look it up real quick.
That leads me to Jared Goff.
He might
Jared
be
Goff.
first.
Jared Goff could make his claim for being in the top 10. He consistent. He just can't win. He can't win the big games. If there are other people I'll put over him, yeah. But if he makes that list, I'm not butthurt about it. And then we got Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams had one stellar year. Last year was a great year for Caleb Williams. But if you're going off is it as of last year? Yeah, but based off his body of work, he's only been in the league for 2 years. So
Mhm.
no, that first year he was terrible. The second year he was, you know, league's better.
Better.
But
He was good. Yeah, he was way
that's
better.
that's 2 years. That's not a career or a whole body worth for work. You got to give me something more than that. So that list, there's some people who deserve to be in there. The bottom half of that list do not deserve to be in there. And then they got behind Jalen Hurts, they got Sam Darnold. If you're going based off of what they did last year, Sam Darnold definitely deserves to be on this list. Played great throughout the year, didn't have a single turnover in the postseason, and he's a Super Bowl champion. So there's no way you can put Drake May on this list and not put a Sam Darnold. Jaden Daniels, I know you big on Jaden Daniels, but I gotta say this: he had that one stellar rookie
I,
year. Then last year he had injury issues. You can't put him
he
on
got
there
to
as
stay healthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying that he's not Jaden Daniels. When this is all said and done, he will be a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
Even though
Eh,
within I don't try to give props within our division, there will be no Jaden Daniels slander over here. I like Jaden Daniels. I
yeah.
think that
Yeah, I can't hate on
Jaden
him.
Daniels will be something. Um, Jordan Love, another one, another one that they try to push. They try to push Jordan Love just because I think that throughout the history of the league, that the Packers have always had this prolific quarterback. It was Brett Favre, and then Aaron Rodgers, and now Love is the next coming of the quarterback at Green Bay. So they just consistently kind of keep push. And he's not a bad quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback at all, but I don't think that he would belong in the top 10. Baker Mayfield, I'm not even going to discuss that, no. And then
Baker
Trevor
Man,
Lawrence.
I know. I have to come in. All right. I'm not saying he's better than Jalen. I'm not saying that. But I love me some Baker. I'm gonna go that far. I love me some Baker. He's fun to watch. I'm in
That doesn't,
Tampa, so I'm a
that
little
doesn't,
bit
yeah.
biased.
That
But
gives
he's
me
fun to watch. That's the type of energy you gotta love. Like
it started out
he's like
good.
a
I was like,
college
"Oh,
player.
thank you." He was like, And I was like, "Okay, that's where I about to cuss. That's where you messed it up." And then Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, no. Trevor Lawrence, no. I think I've seen enough of Trevor Lawrence to realize that he has the potential to be that guy, but right now he's not. Right
That's the
now,
thing. I think that he's shown flashes, but never really put a full season together, and it's weird. It's really weird. I think he did well with Doug Peterson. We'll see what happens this year. I feel like this year, this is gonna be the year. Look at that. Tiffany loves you back. The whiteboard in the background. That thing is fire.
Mm.
Is it a real backboard? Is it a real whiteboard or no?
Oh yes, light board. Let me.
No, whiteboard. Is it a whiteboard though? Can you like
Oh
draw on it? That
nah.
would be sick. That,
So I
that would be
well,
crazy.
it's a little light. So I drew it, and then I had somebody make it. So it's me calling some plays because I'm nice like that. But yeah, thank you,
That was dope.
thank you,
That
Tiffany.
is dope. This is actually a really good. Where was Bo Nix on that list? Actually,
Where is
that's
Bo?
a really good comment. Nate McKay said, "How the f you got Caleb and JD5 on the list, but not Bo Nix?" I've said I think on this channel, I think Bo Nix is. I mean, I think the Broncos, if he can stay healthy this year,
Yeah.
he's gonna be. They're gonna be really really good. Um,
Honestly, I've said it. I said it. If he didn't break his ankle, as a broken ankle, right? If he didn't break his ankle, then they'd have dog walked the Patriots.
yeah,
They'd
easily,
have won by 2 scores at least.
easily,
It just happens,
easily.
man.
Yeah,
Ebbs
it
and
would have been
flows.
bad.
And I
I
don't like Sean Payton. I don't like his little clown ass. I don't want him with nothing. But the coaching is there, the staff, the playmakers are there, the quarterbacks are there. I think Bo Nix is nice. Bo
if
Nix is
Jalen
nice.
Waddle can stay healthy, if Jalen Waddle can stay healthy, if Bo Nix can stay healthy, if God, if everybody stays healthy, they could have definitely a good team. They got a nasty defense, and I don't like Sean Payton either as a person,
He's
but
terrible, man.
yeah, he's just like he has that like punchable face. But I will say he got the perfect quarterback. Bo Nix is like legitimately the perfect quarterback for his type of system. Bo Nix is very smart and he's very system orientated. He's not going to really stray from what you want him to do too much if he doesn't have to. But yeah, he has the ability to get out the pocket and do some things. So yeah, that's actually a really good point. I'm surprised he's not on there.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, did you say anything about Caleb Williams? How do you feel about Caleb Williams being on that list?
I said it's too early to count. You had one season where you was hot buttered ass, and then you had a season when you did better. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, ch- hot buttered ass, better. That equals out to nothing. That's a big nothing burger, bro. You can't
Yeah,
do
he's
that.
right in the middle.
2 seasons. Like same thing with if they would have put Jaden Daniels there, you had one good season and then another season where you were hurt and didn't play. That's a zero.
Yeah.
I need to know what was their credentials or what was their checklist to put these guys in. Because some of these guys, if you say winning, a lot of these guys don't win. If you go off playoff
Exactly.
production, a lot of these guys haven't even sniffed the second round of the playoffs. And then if you go
It has
by,
to be just straight numbers, like straight number. But even the numbers don't really
oh, because
tie
Justin
to
Herbert
what
ain't
they're
put no
saying.
numbers
Like,
out like that. Yeah. Because Lamar Jackson ain't put no, he was out, no numbers. Justin Herbert, his numbers were low. Um, Patrick Mahomes, this was a down year for him, but he
yeah, very
put it
down.
up. So I don't know. I just think it might just be a popularity contest.
I think it is. I definitely think it
100%
is.
winning a popularity contest.
Which don't make no sense. Like I think he's such a likable person, but we'll see what happens. I think that this list will obviously change over the year, right? It does every single year. But I want to know. Maybe this is a question we answer over time. But what is a good quarterback, or what is a great quarterback? Like I feel like everybody has a different definition of that. If you could give like a sentence to define, and I want to know everybody in the comments. We got about 50 people between all the channels. I want to know everybody's opinion. What would you define as a good quarterback? Like my definition, if I was to say a good quarterback, would be a good leader, a good decision maker that can do everything he's asked of. I'm not necessarily asking, you have to have a rocket arm. You have to be able to run, a 4.40. You have to be able to throw it in crazy tight windows or whatever it may be. But I feel like you have to be able to do everything you're asked of within the system, and you have to be a good leader and a good decision maker. So I think, to me, that's what makes a great quarterback, and that's why I think that Jalen Hurts is such a good quarterback.
Absolutely. To me, a quarterback is someone who wins. It doesn't matter
Mm.
how it looks. Doesn't matter how muddy it gets. At the end of the day, you win. If I need you to run, for 900 yards in the game, you're gonna run for 900 yards in the game. Not really, because you can't do that because you can tore up.
Yeah, hey,
If I need
if
you
you
to
can, that'd be beautiful.
if I need you to throw it and kill him in the air, you got to do that, which Jalen Hurts can do. A lot of people just get mad because he doesn't have to do it. A good
Mhm.
character guy keeps the locker room together, and someone who stays out of the eye of like controversy, dude. If you can do all that, to me, that's the essence of a quarterback. And then if you can bring a championship to your city, that's a good quarterback to me. That's a quarterback. If you can do that, you're a good quarterback. And a lot of those guys on the list, they haven't done that yet. So when people don't put
I
my
agree.
guy on the list, it's like you can kick them rocks with bare
Yeah,
feet.
see, and I love this because me and you obviously had different answers, but already we're getting like three different answers. I love it. I think that that's something that you have to consistently figure out. It's something it's ever changing. I think that the answer this year may not be the answer in 10 years, right? I think it could definitely change. Now, we wanted to go through that list. Shout out to Tiffany because she was like, stop giving these haters any breath with these lists. So we're gonna listen to you still. We're gonna listen to you, Tiffany. All right, we're gonna move on to something we want to talk about, and it is obviously the title of this video. We want to talk about our quarterback, and we want to talk about the impact that he's had on this franchise and what it may go down in our history, right? Where he may go down, I should say, in our history. So I'm gonna go a little bit out of a shout out to Shy. First of all, he's the one that came through with all these topics, and I really liked them. So I was like, I'm not even gonna mess with them. But I want to ask you first. I'm gonna go a little bit out of order from what you said, but I want to ask you first if you were to go down the list, because obviously we can talk about goats, we can talk about where he'll lie, but if you could go down the list of our historic quarterbacks, right? We've had some decent ones. Is there anyone you would want to run the team right now? Right? Like obviously you got Nick Foles, you got all these people. I'll answer because this was your question, and I've been thinking about it since you asked me this. So I would say probably the only person that I would take over, not even over Jalen Hurts, but if you're telling me, Jalen Hurts isn't going to be our quarterback, I would probably take McNabb. And the only reason I would take McNabb, and again, I'm not saying over him, but if I had to make another decision, I would take McNabb. And the reason why is because he did everything except for the leadership part. He was a very good decision maker most of the time, especially later in his career. And he was a very good. He can do everything that you needed him to do in the system. He can run a little bit. He can obviously throw the ball. So I would take him. But it's hard for me to take anybody over Jalen Hurts. The only person I was thinking maybe over Jalen Hurts was maybe a Randall Cunningham. Shout out to Cunningham. I got his helmet back there. But even that, I just feel like he was a little bit too much of a loose cannon. I see people say Vic. It's hard. It's hard to pick anybody over Jalen Hurts right now. You've seen what he's able to do with this team.
Dude, we are of the same mind. The only person who can do it would be McNabb. Second note, somebody said if it wasn't Jalen Hurts, somebody said Vic. I could see Vic doing it too, but
I can see Vic, yeah.
we've had some great quarterbacks. We've had some great quarterbacks in our time, in our history. We got Jaws. I love Jaws, but he never had a season over 500, so I can't really give it to him.
Yep.
Then you got Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham was that guy. Imagine if he had weapons and he wasn't running for his life every goddamn play. Like
For
like and he had an offensive line, receivers, and a marquee running back. He'd be legit. He'd be legit. Wouldn't say Carson Wentz. Love Carson Wentz in that 2017 season, but for me, Carson Wentz took way too many risks, and he plays the way that Jackson Dart plays now.
yeah,
He's a lot of,
that's
a
a
lot of
really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of hero balls willing to risk his body. Like football is a sport of longevity. If you can keep your body up, the longer you can play. And Carson Wentz, as much as I love the heroics, eventually it'll catch up to him, and it did catch up to him to the point where he did tear his ACL, and he was never the same player after that. Nick Foles, love Nick Foles. But if you look at the numbers, and people get upset when I say this, that Nick Foles at the end of the day his numbers show that he was a backup quarterback. He had a great
Mhm.
he had a great season with us. That first year that we had him, he played that game in Detroit with the snow, and when Shady went off, that was
That was
his
a
best.
crazy game.
Yeah, That was his best year. But after that, he had a decline year. Then they bought Winston, and he was the man who kind of reined it in and won a Super Bowl. But other than that, Nick Foles is he's pretty much a career backup. He went other places, and it didn't work, and it only really worked in Philadelphia for what we needed him for, and then he reverted back to being a backup. So McNabb is the clear cut answer. McNabb could do everything. He could run, he could scramble, he could throw, he can go through his progression. He knew the reads. The only thing that McNabb had against him was, like you said, the leadership and the off field stuff that I really don't want to get into. Um,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Michael Vick had it all too. The only thing about Michael Vick is the fact that his ass couldn't slide, and every time he ran out the pocket, oh my god, he'd slide forward, and his health his health was always a question, and he was always a I'm gonna run first kind of
Yeah.
quarterback instead of throw the ball. But when he threw the ball, he could light it up. So we are of the same mind and thinking McNabb. You put McNabb in his offense with these weapons, with a Saquon Barkley, with a Devontae Smith, Mekhi Lemon, Dontavian Wicks, Hollywood Brown in this line. My God,
It's a
like
wrap.
yeah,
It's a wrap. He never had a wide receiver, and the one year he had one, we saw what he did. I mean, we didn't really get D Jackson Macklin till like his final few years, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
So he never. I don't think any quarterback in our history had a bunch of weapons on offense like Jalen Hurts has. Like this is I think we said it before. I might have said it before with you guys, but I definitely said it yesterday. We were going over it on Best of Enemies. This is the deepest wide receiver room I think I've ever seen the Eagles have. Like it might not have that one star like AJ Brown. I think that Devontae Smith can be that guy, but
will be.
this is definitely the deepest. I mean, even when you had Macklin and Djax, who was after that? You know, you had like Riley Cooper and a bunch of random people. So like you didn't have like 1 through 4 you can really depend on to be a starter. I think you can go 1 through 4 and they can all start.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So
also,
it'll be fun.
shameless plug. Shameless plug. Gotta do this. If you guys like talking quarterbacks and the history of the Eagles, I put a video up about a week and a half about who's the greatest quarterback in Eagles history. It's on my channel.
Boom.
If you can do me a favor, if you guys are into it, go ahead and watch it and give me your opinion. I got a lot of comments in there, a lot of good discussions going back and forth. I would love for you guys to be a part of it. So check that out.
Heck
Let me know
yeah.
what you think, and let's see if we are the same mind.
Heck yeah. And that's a good segue. We're about 50%. We have 50 people in here, a little bit over. We're about halfway through already with the show. Shout out to everybody in here. If you're new, please do give us a follow wherever you are. We do have a Best of Enemies. I mean, a Breaking Philly. I just did 2 shows back to back.
Brother
I've been
work.
live all week, Shy.
Yeah, brother
You
work.
know more than anybody. Bro, I am like, so my bad on that. Yeah, I got you. Hold on. I'll find it. Or Shy, text me the video. Find the video real quick, and then I'll put the link in the chat because they're asking for the link. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so shout out to everybody. We do have a Breaking Philly page as well on YouTube. If you guys want to go and like that, go follow that one. We're gonna start doing some exclusive stuff for that. I wanted to do this now, get this out the way. Want to shout out to our sponsor for these videos. Is also why I'm so tired and why I'm streaming way too much. It is for Memorabilia Mayhem. Shout out to them. So we want to play this quick game, and we did it last week. I think that you won. If I'm being 100% honest, I think that that's what everybody came to, that they thought that you won. I thought I did pretty darn good, but I guess I didn't do good enough. So we'll do it again. Shout out again to Memorabilia Mayhem. The QR code is right in the middle. Soon we're going to be getting some stuff to give away on this show. So go follow them. There will be like goals and stuff like that attached to it. But you ready to have some fun, Shy? Did you send it?
I did.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna send it. All right, you ready though, big dog?
All right, so let's just explain the rules for everybody who wasn't here last week, right? So what you get is a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a defense. So I guess we're not gonna go defense. We're gonna go defensive player. So
Yeah.
as we spin the board, it's gonna come up on a team. You choose the personnel from that team, or you choose the defensive player from that. At the end, we kind of compare and contrast. Who's the better team? Whoever got the better team is the winner. Last week I won. I'm gonna win again. I don't do too much losing, so that's the
He
rules of
said
the
I'm gonna
game.
win again.
That's how we get it.
Oh, I'm just gonna drop this link and then we're gonna start. Shout out to Tiffany. She said, drop all them links. I need all them links. I'm just going to drop the break in Philly in the chat as well. And then I will get to spinning. My bad, y'all. Got to make sure we taking care of the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
All right. All righty then. Here is where Shy loses. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready because it's going to be so beautiful. Let me get one more thing.
Philly the pod.
I just went on TikTok to get the link and it freaking pops up a crazy TikTok. I'll tell you right now, guys. If you are under 18, I don't know how they let y'all on TikTok. TikTok be wild sometimes. All right, that's all the links. Let's get it. You ready, brother?
Yes, sir.
You can go first because you won last time. I'll let you go first.
Spin that thing.
Spin that.
Minnesota
The Vikings starting off strong.
Wide receiver going Justin Jefferson.
Damn, that is actually strong. I was talking junk, but that is actually really good. All right. And as you know, I got to type it in, so just bear with me. Jay Jettas on your first pick is not a bad pick at all. My turn. My turn. Let's go. Give me a goat. I need a goated squad. Steelers. We're going only current, right? That was the rule we made up. Only current. Damn. Oh, who do the Steelers even have? I probably have to go defense here. So I'm probably gonna go TJ Watt.
Bet.
I think you can't go wrong with a little TJ Watt.
The Watt boys be hitting.
Hopefully, I mean I know he's kind of had a little bit of down years, but he's still TJ Watt. Hopefully, at least for this rendition. Hopefully, he's still TJ Watt.
I'm up. Let's spin that thing.
I gotta click on the thing. Way too many buttons to press. You ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, you gotta pick one of the ops.
New York Giants.
Go ahead and take Jackson Dart.
No, I'm good. Jackson Dart, Scatterboo. Who's their tight end?
They got Isaiah Likely. They got.
Oh yeah, Isaiah Likely. I forgot, from Minnesota. Isaiah Likely. Bet. All right.
They also got my guy from Penn State that said he hates all of us. Freaking who did we just stream with? What was his name? Wow, Theo Johnson. Yeah, Theo Johnson. I don't know why I forgot his name. I forgot his name because he steady hated us. That's why. Screw him. All right. My turn. No Giants. No Giants. I need a good team here.
Hey, back to Pittsburgh.
Do we get a skip? Can we get one skip? Can we implement a skip? I think it's fair to implement a skip. One skip. You're gonna need it too one of these days. Don't look at me like look at me like you don't want to skip. All right, one skip. We're implementing one skip. Everybody knows the rules. If I get Steelers again, oh my god, I should have just taken my team. No, you know what? I'm not mad at that at all. Actually, I'm pretty happy about that. Last time I wasn't able to get a good running back. This time last time actually I got CMC, so that's not that bad. But I'm gonna take Bijan Robinson.
I'd have took Drake London, but hey.
You're taking Drake London over Bijan?
I can get another good running back. But you know what? You're right.
True.
Take what you can. Take what you can.
I gotta take my guy. And I got to meet him. That was the first year I covered the draft. So shout out to Bijan.
Carolina Panthers. Defensive player. So I don't want the quarterback. I don't want Chuba Hubbard. Defensive player, I'll go Jalen Phillips.
Defensive player?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
I can't go quarterback. I ain't going quarterback.
I was about to say. Who did you take? I'm sorry. Phillips?
Yeah.
And I'm probably spelling some names wrong. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't want this to take forever. Y'all wait for me to spell everybody's name right. Y'all know who we talking about. Don't give me that stuff. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. My turn. And you haven't used the skip. I was surprised because I thought you would have got used your skip on that one. I respect
No,
it.
I'll wait.
Dude, I'm getting some shitty picks. Um, who's their tight end? They don't have a good tight end. Am I gonna take Trevor Lawrence here? I'm gonna feel so mad at taking Trevor Lawrence. I
Trevor
know they got
Lawrence.
BTJ.
Yeah. Jacoby
Who's their other
Myers.
Jacoby? I don't want neither of them.
I don't know their tight end.
I might have to just take,
You gotta take Trevor
unfortunately.
Lawrence, man. Gotta take Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Damn, bro. I have bad luck against you right now. This is crazy.
Oh my
This is
God, said he love to
crazy.
see this game with only NFC East teams. I love. Hey,
We could do that.
yeah, we'll do that. We'll do
We
that
could do
next
that.
week. I got a quarterback and running back. Spin that jump.
Oh shit. What I just do? Excuse my language.
Bo Nix was ranked below Jalen. Oh,
What
okay.
happened?
Philadelphia
What you say?
Eagles. Okay, look at that. Look at
Yo,
God.
you
God
always
who
get the
that.
Eagles.
Ah! Ah!
Bruh. What the
Uh, I
Oh,
get a
Bo
skip
Nix was
later.
ranked below. That's crazy.
So if I get a skip later, I'm going. I'm going. I'll go Saquon. I'll go Saquon Barkley.
That's some bullshit.
It's 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a
That's 2 weeks
row.
in a row. That's the fastest I ever had to type something in because I didn't even have to type it. It's just already there. That's some bull. How do I? All right. Come on. Give me the Eagles, bro. Let me get a wide receiver. Let me get Smitty. Come on, bro. That's not terrible, though. I'm going to go Olave. I'm going to go Olave. I like the rookie they just picked up, too,
Jordan
but
Tyson.
yeah, I like Olave a lot. I'm actually a really big Olave guy.
And I got one more spin for quarterback, so I get what I want, or I can skip because I'm
If you
afforded to
get
skip.
Jalen Hurts again, we're never playing this game again.
We can keep playing, you keep losing.
It's rigged. Oh my
Patrick
god.
Mahomes, I
Are
win.
you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro? This is rigged.
Mahomes, I
That is
win.
I don't even want to I don't even want to hear you say it, bro.
Highly favored and highly flavored.
That is crazy. Oh my god.
World beaters. World beaters.
This is definitely one of the better teams I've seen made on here. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is ridiculous. All right, I don't think there's anything that can really.
Yeah, man. Let's just pack it up. Let's pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it
All right,
up.
congratulations. Week 2. I'm not even picking a player. I'm mad. Week 2, Shy takes it again. It is what it is.
You know, Uno.
Congratulations. This is
It's like
some
Uno to
bullshit.
me.
I'm so mad right now.
It's like
I'm
Uno to
so.
me.
But shout out to our sponsor as well, Memorabilia Mayhem. Like I said, check out the. I'm so mad right now, dude. I'm like, how do you keep on doing this? You can't keep getting away with this. But yeah, it is. Yeah, the Raiders might have helped me. Brock Bowers, you won. But shout out to Memorabilia Mayhem. Definitely go follow them and tell them Breaking Philly sent you.
Yeah.
Now let's get back into what we were talking about before you broke my heart. I really thought that was my comeback season. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. All
Well, that
right,
happens
so
sometimes.
it happens every time. Apparently, like I can't win. He said I need Jesus. I really did. I was terrible, bro.
Jesus be swinging
I
at
had no
me.
chance. I had no chance at all. All right, so let's get into these last couple of things we wanted to talk about. Obviously, this is kind of what the whole thing's named about, and it's the name of the show. Is Jalen Hurts the Philadelphia Eagles GOAT? Do you think you can say? I mean, that's a big statement. We can break it down into quarterbacks. We can break it down into offense, however you want to do it. But is he the GOAT? Is he the Eagles GOAT?
Yeah, I'd have to say yeah.
Mm,
And it's based off what he's done in his career. It's based off what the other quarterbacks that are in the conversation what they've done within their career, and the fact that Jalen Hurts is still active. He's still actively writing his story right now. Hilltime Sports, let's go, my guy. It's my brother right there. He's
hey,
still actively writing his story. Randall Cunningham, 3 Pro Bowls, 22 rushing touchdowns, 150 touchdowns, a little bit under 23,000 yards. Never made it to a conference finals game. Donovan McNabb, who has the strongest case on this list outside of Jalen Hurts, He took the team to he had was it four or five division titles back to back. Back to back, he was dragging the team to almost to the Super Bowl every year with nobody, with a James Thrash, a Freddie Mitchell, Todd Pinkton. Like he had nobody. He was willing the team there, but the thing is, he never won the big game. That's what you play this game for. He didn't win the big game. And when he got there, he threw 3 picks, and there's the speculation that the night before he went and was hitting the sauce, which kind of killed the game. Um, Carson Wentz, one year of excellence. What he could have been would have been amazing, but he's not the greatest. He did do all the heavy lifting. He got us to the big game, and that led Nick Foles to closing it off. Back to what we said before, Nick Foles won us our first Super Bowl, won the first Super Bowl, and what that Super Bowl means to this city is huge. But if you go over his career and his body of work, 29 wins, 29 losses, that is not the greatest quarterback in Eagles history.
Yeah.
Point blank period. And then you look at Jalen Hurts, two Super Bowl appearances. Um, one. He should have won that second one. A lot of questionable plays in that Super Bowl. I say it all the time. The play where he fumbled, dude
Yeah.
grabbed his face, and they chose not to call that. Jalen Hurts should have won that. He should be up 2 right now. He has the outside of everything that McNabb has, he's the only one he has the rushing touchdown title in Philadelphia. 3 Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl MVP, which none of these guys. Well, Nick Foles has the Super Bowl MVP, and he ended up second in Super Bowl voting, Super MVP voting when he was actually in the running. You know,
He should have won that.
fun fact. Every time the Eagles quarterback was in contention to be the MVP, they were always the second runner up. Cunningham,
Damn.
runner up. Carson Wentz, he got hurt, runner up. McNabb, runner up. Jalen Hurts, runner up. Every time they're going for MVP, they're always the runner up. So that's crazy. But back to what I'm saying. Based off everything that's going on outside of the records that McNabb holds, Jalen Hurts has been the most influential quarterback. He's done the most for the franchise, and he's still writing the story. And big picking. Bradbury didn't lose the game because that was a phantom hold. He didn't do it. If you
Yeah, I
watch,
hate that
he
shit.
didn't grip. He was on him, but his hand was like this. My hand, it was like
There,
this.
there was a couple things that lost us
Yeah,
that game. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. But as of right now, by the time it's all said and done, it is going to be Jalen Hurts, and the dude is still writing the story. And every time we needed him to show up, he showed up. If I had to take Jalen Hurts out of the equation, definitely McNabb.
Mm.
The asterisk is the Super Bowl. If he'd have just won that Super Bowl, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Jalen Hurts wouldn't be able to hold a candle to him because he held the records. He did everything that a
Yeah.
quarterback was supposed to do outside of winning the big game. So, but that's the reason
Now
why we.
you said a bunch of quarterbacks. Now, when it comes to quarterback, I think that it is. I won't say it's clear and obvious, but I think that, like you said, he still has so much time to write his story. As long as he's like still very good, I think that you can't really say that he's not the quarterback GOAT. Anthony said it kind of best, in my opinion. He said, "GOAT quarterback, yes. GOAT player, close, but not yet. Still got Chuck, Reggie, and Doc above him." I would agree with that. I think that GOAT quarterback. I think that you can make a second.
He's GOAT. Oh, that's absolutely GOAT quarterback. Yeah, he's not the GOAT
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, I think you still, there's guys above him, but I think that as far as quarterback, I think it's hard to say anybody else. I really don't think anybody's that close to him. Yeah, maybe McNabb. Like I would have loved to see what he would do with, you know what I'm saying, with what we have now as far as offensive weapons. But he had some incredible defenses and did nothing with them. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
wasn't the
bro.
same game that it was back then that it is now. So I
Imagine
like.
McNabb with Quez Watkins and Jalen Rager.
Oh God, yeah.
I think he'd have tore it up too.
He probably would have. He probably would have went crazy. That's the crazy part. Is people don't realize, and I understand because I'm one of those people. I was so hurt by what happened that year that we lost to the Patriots with McNabb, and I think that should have been our year. I think that 2017, we all, and I'm talking for myself. I obviously can't speak for anybody else, but 2017, I was kind of the mindset like we could have done it, but we got our quarterback hurt, and it is what it is. I just want to go out there and have fun. And to win it was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that it's like, I can't believe this just happened. But
I
that we should
remember
have,
every game.
yeah,
I
I
remember
feel
every
like
game, man.
2024, I feel like 2024 is closer to that 2004 year. Like 2024, I felt like we should win this. There's no reason we shouldn't win this. And in 2004, I felt like that. You, even though you had To coming on a broken leg, we saw what he was able to do. I felt like we should have won that game. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that really, really hurt. So I don't want to talk
I
about it
give
anymore.
I
But
give I give To some love on that. Everything
bro,
everything
that
after that was a little bit corny. But
yeah,
To was the man,
that
and
was the
he
best.
was yeah.
That was the best performance I've ever seen from one person in a game for Eagles.
He will
Maybe
with a broken leg.
maybe the Meadowlands. You
I
remember
remember
the miracle at the Meadowlands with Michael
DJ.
Vick?
Yeah.
But Vic, what
Yeah.
Vic did to get us back in that game, I think
Mhm.
goes unnoticed because of that return. Like Vic went crazy. Michael Vick went crazy in that last, like, what was it, 5, 6 minutes to come back? That he was going crazy. He had that like 40-yard run on third down. He had the touchdown to Mac. Like, I don't get me wrong, that return from Djax was insane,
If it
dropping it
had
and
to be a
everything,
position
picking
to
it
do
up.
it, yeah.
But to get to that point, bro, like Vic basically backpacked the Eagles. Like he put us on his back and said, "We're getting back in this game." That was one of the craziest games. But to see, yeah, CTO on a half a leg, spinning people out of their shoes, bro. And it wasn't like he was just there. He almost broke the record.
He did. But let me get your opinion. I'm gonna let you go first. Greatest of all time, Eagles offense, defense. Who you got on offense? You got on defense.
Oh, that's tough. Offense. I'm gonna say that's tough. That's tough. The fan in me wants to say Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna be real. Like the fan in me wants to say Jalen Hurts. But if I'm saying like
All time, Jalen Hurts.
that's what I'm saying, offense. If I'm saying offense of all time, I'd have to say either Jason Kelsey or Jason Peters. I'm gonna be real with you. What they were able to do over there, I think that they're like top five in their position of all time, outside of Eagles. So I have to say that. But like, the flashy fan in me wants to say Jalen Hurts or maybe even McNabb or something like that. But I would have to even Elaine Johnson you can put up there.
Nice,
But
Ian Johnson.
Jason Peters, bro. Jason people kind of hate on Jason Peters just because of how he ended his career. Going to all those teams
Alex, yeah.
and Cowboys. But he was a dog. He was a dog. I mean, I really do believe he was top five at his position of all time. And I think that you can make an argument that Jason Kelsey was maybe top two, top three. So I would say one of them for the offense. I can't ever go against Brian Dawkins. I really can't, bro. I really can't. Can I say my favorite player? I think the best player was Brian Dawkins. My favorite player, if I'm picking somebody out of Dawkins, is probably Eric Allen. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know why. I don't know why even because I didn't get to watch a lot of him, but he was somebody that I like rewatched. Yeah, I like watched when I was growing up, like rewatch because he was like 90s. He wasn't. I didn't really like get into football until like the 2000s. I was like 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of different. I didn't really get to watch his, but I got to rewatch him and get to enjoy. You know what I mean? All the historic stuff. So yeah, I would probably say him. Jeff, what's going on, brother? But yeah, B Doc is Philly. Dawkins is Philly through and through.
Lay you out and pray for you.
Yeah,
He's out there and pray.
he's scary.
He's a scary man. He's very from what I hear, very nice person. But looking at him, he's very
Oh, he
intimidating.
is. He is a very nice. He is a blessing to be around. I'd say I'll go as that far. Like he is. I've been blessed to be around some athletes, um, and he's one of those dudes. He's one of those dudes that you will remember every moment that you've had with him because he's a ball of good energy. It's really cool to be around. But
I love
yeah,
this story.
he's amazing. But you got to answer the question now, dog. Offense and defense.
We answered already. Offense got to be Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
He ain't allowed with sack in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then defense, I'll never go against Brian Dawkins. I love Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins got a special place in here. And when he went to the Broncos, I didn't know what depression was. I don't know if it was depression, but I was so upset. And
Oh yeah.
seeing him do the Weapon X run coming out of the tunnel from Denver, dude, it broke my spirit every time.
He
They
was
just
good. He was good for Denver.
he was. They just
That's
didn't
the
want to pay
worst
him.
part. Yeah,
They
that was
they
the
were like,
worst part. He was good.
he's what is he? The only safety in history to have a tackle for
One
loss, a fumble recovery, an interception, a pick
in the
six.
same game.
Man, like he's just you can't go against B Dog, baby. Man, B Dogs is the man.
He's the only safety in NFL history to this day to have 25 sacks, 25 interceptions, and 25 forced fumbles in a career.
He's just the man.
That's insane. That's just your everything that your team needs them to be. And we were one of the best defenses back then. So yeah, I don't think there'll ever be a wrong answer when it comes to my guy Brian Dawkins. I do want to ask you though before we get up out of here. Obviously, this we keep on bringing up say MVPs. I say like I want to ask you, but this is another. You killed it this week, Shy. Shy came up with some great topics this week. But this is another one. You said, do you think this could be the year that he wins the MVP? And obviously we have kept on talking about that throughout this, right? When we were talking about is he the GOAT? When we were talking about is he the best? Could this be the year that he's the best for the Eagles? Is he a Hall of Famer? We've talked about, and it all kind of goes back to that MVP. This year feels if this offense is good, this year feels like one of those years you can't deny him, especially if the passing game is on par, right? Like if he has, if Mekhi Lemon is on pace for 8, 9 to maybe 1,000 yards, if Devontae Smith sees an uptick in his yardage, maybe he's around 12, 1,300 yards. Even if Saquon Barkley goes out there and has a really good year, 15 on the ground or something like that, I don't think you can deny the impact that Jalen Hurts is going to have because this is such a new team. So I think this is a year that I think Jalen can do it. I think this could be the year Jalen can actually do it. What are your thoughts on that?
Dude, I actually said it this weekend. Homie had me on this podcast, and I was like, I feel as though that it's an MVP year, dude. Like, you got to think when Jalen Hurts made his claim for the MVP during the 2022 season, he had Shane Steichen, and everybody's kind of
Mm-hmm.
comparing Sean May to Shane Steichen. You got two offensive minds who kind of think the same, who kind of want to use Jalen Hurts. In that same way, you got to think about what they're saying about Devontae Smith. They said with AJ Brown being gone, it's just going to be like he's going to have an uptake in his receptions the same way that JSN did when DK Metcalf left. That happens a lot more ball thrown, a lot more receptions. What that's going to do? It's going to open up the run game, and then with the run game, you kind of got a dual threat, which is something that we kind of moved away from last year, which made us so successful in our Super Bowl year. You had to account for Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. If the passing game is working like that, then you can't just load the box every time. It's going to open up a lot for Saquon Barkley and for Jalen Hurts. All these weapons that we got, this new system, and it's just a feeling, dude. I can spit straight stats and probabilities the same way that I just did, but I just believe it in my spirit that it all depends on how we look during training camp. How does Jalen Hurts look during training camp? That's going to decide if he's going to be MVP. And I do believe that this year that he can be MVP. But he got to go out there and he's got to win it. It can't be close. He got to go out there and he got to take it. You got to be undeniable. So, last 2022, who did he lose to? He made the Super Bowl and he still was it Patrick Mahomes that year?
Yeah.
I think it's Patrick Mahomes. You got to be better than you got to be better than
Was
who
it?
was better at that time. I believe it was
I think
Patrick
it
Mahomes.
was. Yeah, I think it
So
was.
if he can go out there
Yeah,
and he could take it, yeah. But this offense is set up for him to do so. So I think that this is the
yeah,
year.
yeah. And where is the comment? Oh, I wanted to bring this comment up real quick. Stephanie said, which is true, unfortunately. She said the people who vote for MVP is not voting for Jalen. But I bring this up because of what you said, Sean. He has to go out there and take it. He can't ask for votes. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously they're gonna vote, but it can't be one of those like, but Jalen was close. I'll give it to Jalen because they're not gonna do that. It has to be cut and dry. It has to be one of those we can't deny what he just did. Like there's no denying, there's no taking it back. He just went out there and had an MVP season. So I do agree that there is a lot of weird distaste for Jalen Hurts and a lot of weird
Fear, right?
negativity around him. But I do think that he's in a very good position to do whatever the hell he wants. And I think what he wants is to win another Super Bowl. And on the way there, I think what we want is to see him win an MVP, and I think we can see that this year.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's I'm telling you, training camp. If we can see how he plays under center, if he can play, shout out to my boy Hill Time Sports for giving me this small sample size to look into. If he can play the same way that he played during that Minnesota Vikings game when he was under center, he played excellent. If he can turn back the clock and play the same way he played last year under center, and we gonna be all right. And he can make a claim for MVP because that's the only thing that they have on him that he can't play that he hasn't been asked to play under center. That's been the whole talking point against Jalen Hurts all year. Can he do it? He's used to the pistol. He's used to shotgun. Can he play under center? If he goes out there and he's like, I'm playing under center and I'm thriving, I'm excelling, and I'm putting the numbers. There's no
yeah.
other case
Now
that
what?
can be made against him. So
Exactly.
go
Yeah.
out there and take
Eh,
it.
So I'm saying 17-0 MVP season, but
Right.
it feels like one of those years that if Jalen Hurts goes out there and does what we all think he can do, people are going to be really hating on Eagles fans very soon. Because if y'all don't like us now, man, let that boy hoist a MVP trophy. Let Jalen Hurts hoist the MVP trophy. Let us have a clip of Jalen Hurts accepting an MVP trophy. It'll be a wrap. They will never ever hear the end of it. They will never hear the end of it. I
They
promise
can't.
you that.
You gonna be like, is that what y'all wanted to see? Get your
Is that
Sam
what? Yeah,
Jackson
right.
tango.
Is that what y'all want? That's what y'all wanted, right? That's what y'all wanted to
Indeed.
see, right? Yeah, yeah. That's the type of energy we need this year. And I think with AJ Brown gone, I think that will show itself. And I think that he's now got his team. This is no longer Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. This is Jalen Hurts' team. Everybody's in line. Everybody's gonna fall in line, and everybody's gonna do what needs to be done to win. And hearing Makai Lemon talk, hearing Devontae Smith talk, seeing Jalen Hurts taking control and getting these guys all together. Hilltime Sports said we made him optimistic. I think it's because we're very optimistic about this team moving forward. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the season,
I
baby.
can't wait. I
I
can't
really
wait.
can't.
I'm even
I
watching
really
every
can't.
preseason game. I don't even watch preseason game. I'm watching all of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I might have to go out to Philly and how far are you from? Oh, you're in Cali. Damn,
Yeah, I'm out.
damn, damn, son, damn. But yeah, we might have to meet up for a game or something down the line.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, we gonna have to do that. I haven't been to Philly in like a year, so it's been a while. That sounds like not a long time, but I've been out there so many times over the past 5 years. It feels like so long, so long. I need to go back out there, get me a cheesesteak. But
Indeed.
other than that, man, I think we're gonna call it a day. I have to go and work more. I get to go stream more. So shout out to our sponsor, Memorabilia Mayhem, for
Man,
helping us out. And like I said, we will be having some stuff to give away on this show. So definitely go follow them. Tell them Breaking Philly sent you, and they'll hook us up. They'll hook us up. I know they will. We got about 60 people in here. Amazing show as
appreciate
always, Shy. Well, we actually have somebody watching on the Breaking Philly channel. That's our first person. So whoever is on the Breaking Philly channel, shout out to you. You just started a movement, baby. You just started a movement.
appreciate y'all.
But you got anything you want to say to these? Oh, one more thing. We have a TikTok. We have an Instagram. We have a Twitter. So everything Breaking Philly is on social media. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, Shy.
No, you
But we
good.
have all of that. So definitely go follow us. Anywhere you can find Breaking Philly, go find it. We are there. TikTok, Instagram, obviously YouTube. What else is there? Twitter. I think that's it for now. But if there's more that we need to get on, you let us know and we'll make it happen. But Shy, you got anything you want to say to these beautiful people?
Before I go to collective, anybody who is not subscribed to me yet, haven't seen my content, please go ahead and check that out. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe if you like the content. The goal is right now to get to 2,000 from 2,000 to 5,000. I'm trying to follow Joe's lead and get to where he's at. We're trying to grow together. So follow Midnight Green Mafia everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Got to get on Twitter and start working that. But I got one. Got to get on it, though. And then follow us on Breaking Philly everywhere. Breaking Philly everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those guys. So appreciate y'all. Once again, I'm gonna give everybody y'all flowers the same way I do every week. You could have been anywhere spending this hour, but you decided to spend it with us. So thank you. We appreciate y'all. We're grateful.
Mad love. Thank you, Tiffany, for subscribing to both. Thank
Thank
you to
you.
everybody in the chat for keeping the chat live. That was fun. I love when the chat, has, I can't even talk. When the chat has their input, we were able to kind of feed off of you guys And with the game next week, we'll do it NFC East only. Say less. Yeah, you only got to tell me once, dog. We can do this. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. I'm your boy Joe Castro. That's your brother Shy, and we are
Yeah.
breaking Philly, baby.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.